Let's talk about the difference between stability and neutral shoes. Think about the difference of stability and neutral shoes, almost like stability shoes have a built-in orthotic inside of it. Stability shoes are used for people who pronate. That means when the arches are collapsing inward excessively when they're moving. Stability shoes include something like the Brooks Adrenaline GTS, the Glycerin GTS, the Hoka Gaviota, the Hoka Arahi, the Saucony Guide, the Ultra Paradigm and Provision, and Topo's Ultrafly. All of these shoes are going to have added structure and support in the arch to lift the posture of the arches that are pronated and keep you in a nice neutral position. Now, pronation can cause something like shin splints, Achilles tendonitis, runner's knee, and more. When our body's out of alignment, when our arches are collapsing, our body's not working to its fullest capability, and it oftentimes causes injury. Each brand has different technology for their stability shoes. For example, Brooks calls their technology their go-to support. Now, this is going to be seen in the inside arch here and in the outside heel. Same for that Glycerin GTS here. You see that inside arch and in the outside heel. Now, I like to think of their support almost like you're bowling and have the bumper lanes on. It's not letting your arch collapse inward, and it's also protecting you on the outside heel as well. A common misconception with stability shoes is that those are used for runners who run towards the outside of their feet, people who supinate. Now, actually, when you're supinating, you really want to stick with a neutral shoe. Because stability shoes have that built-in insert inside of it, sometimes when you're already going towards the outside of your foot during your gait, it's going to overcorrect the posture of the feet with a stability shoe and push you even further to the outside, causing more pain in the hips, knees, and back. Most runners will fall into the neutral category for shoes. Those will be people who have a regular gait, who do not pronate inward. They're also going to be for people who supinate, so people who walk or run towards the outside of their feet. Neutral shoes tend to be less stiff than stability shoes because they don't have that added structure and stability in the shoe. Some examples of neutral shoes would be the Hoka Clifton, the Hoka Mach, the Brooks Ghost or Glycerin, the On Cloud Surfer, Cloud Stratus or Cloud Monster, Topo's Magnafly, Flylight, or Phantom, and Ultra's Torrent. You can always add an insert inside of a neutral shoe to give you more support, but we do not recommend adding an insert inside of a stability shoe. Because stability shoes already have what I would consider a built-in orthotic, sometimes adding an insert on top of that, we're also overcorrecting the posture of our feet and pushing ourselves to the outside. The question is, how do you know if you need a stability or a neutral shoe? Well, the first answer is go to your local running store. People there are highly qualified to assess your gait and pull shoes perfectly fitted for your foot. Another helpful hint to figure out what shoe you may need is to look at the sole of your running shoes. Is the tread of your sole wearing down more on the inside? Maybe we need to talk about some added support. Is the sole wearing down more on the outside? Maybe we need a little less support, or maybe we need to stick with our neutral shoe. If you're right down the middle, that's that nice neutral gait that you want to stick with a neutral shoe. Or if you're wearing a stability shoe and you're hidden right in the middle, you're doing great and you need to stick with what you got. Moral of the story, running shoes are a little bit more complicated than we like to think. The best thing you can do for yourself is to stop into your local running store, get some advice, and leave with the perfect pair of shoes for you.